Hello, student. My name is Happy Patel. I am working at Silver Oak University as a lecturer in the Department of Information and Technology from Asoit College. Past two videos, we have discovered what is CSS, types of CSS, and what are the selectors which we need to apply during CSS, right? So, in today's lecture, we are going to learn some important CSS properties, which are height and width, border, margin, and padding. So, if you want to make your website very attractive, these are the basic property which you need to understand. Or if you want to learn advanced CSS property, this all are the basic property which we need to understand before moving towards to advanced properties, right? First, let's start with height and width. What is height and width? The CSS height and width property are used to set the height and width of an element. The height and width property do not include padding, border, or margin. It set the height width of area inside padding, border, and margin of the element. Okay, so here at this point, we do not have any idea about what is padding, border, margin, right? So do not worry about it. We will cover all of these properties in this particular video only. Okay. So let's move towards our practical because without doing practical, we cannot understand it, right? So I have already created one folder named CSS property in which I'm going to add one HTML file named index.html. Okay, here if you do not want to write your HTML code every time, what you have to do, you have to press your exclamation mark, and then after one exclamation mark you have to put enter, right? So all the basic HTML code is arrived, so that every time you cannot, it's a waste of time basically. Let me just change my title name. I will doing is basic CSS properties. Now, okay, now add h1 tag. I will write as welcome to Silver Oak University. After h1 I'll be writing h2 tag. Hello students. Sorry, this course is under diploma engineering department. Okay. To understand what is height and width, let me add one image so that we have some proper idea. Image, I hope you have idea about image tag. In there we need to add our source, but it means what is the image which we need to uh, add here. I have already downloaded one cartoon image. I mean, Tom and Jerry is my favorite, so that I have downloaded it. You can do whatever you want to. Uh, Alter, I can write its cartoon image, and then closing bracket. Okay, now you have idea what is CSS. I'm going to add one external CSS, name it as style.css. In there, I'll be adding h1 and h2. So what I've done here is I have grouped applied group CSS. In selector, I've already covered this topic. If you haven't watched yet, so first go and watch that. So now h1 and h2 tag, I have to give background color. I'll be giving it as okay. One more important thing I have to share it with you, that if you want any type of different colors, so here is one website you can use, it's a color hunt. Go to color hunt, and you have different combination of colors, you have different options right there. If you want to use pastel color, vintage color, retro and neon and so many other. And when you click at any of the color, you can see it's a hash code. Basically, if you do not want to use color as their name, you can use this hash color as well. When you apply this color, right, your element will apply this blue, dark blue color. You can see when my cursor is right. So this is the best color website you can ever have. Like if you are making any website, you I think you have already know that this website should be in one color theme only. So that what kind of theme you want to apply, what are the colors you need, right? You can use it from this particular website. I will use this pastel color in which I want this. Okay, I'll be copy this. When you click at here, right, it automatically copies for you. And after adding hash, I'll be pasting here. I think you can see what color it will going to apply, right? I have applied background color. Okay. If you do not have any idea, right, what is basically my output looking like, you can every time you have to output. I mean, you have to see output in CSS property, my index file. Okay. Here again, what you need to do, you need to add your CSS file into your HTML file by link tag style sheet. After that, type text CSS, and then I'll be adding href where I'll be putting my style.css file. Now you can see the correct here. See here I have applied background color, and this h1 and h2 have now background color, right? And I have not changed my text color, so it's by default it's blue, black, sorry. Okay, now we are discussing height and width. For image tag, I'll be giving height. If I want to give image of see, here you can see that my image is reflecting, but height and width is by default. But what if I want to make the changes, like I want to make my image more bigger or a smaller, or the height of the image must be some pixel. So what I need to do in image tag, I'll be adding height. Let's take an example of I want to add my height as 100 pixel and my width will be of 40 pixel. Here you can use pixel as well as the height. Okay, let's first understand it by pixel only. Okay, let's see what is the different making. See, now you can see the my images become smaller because I have given now that this particular width needs to be applied, this particular height needs to be applied. But what if my width must be 50% of the whole screen? So I can here apply percentage as well, 50 and then percentage, sign of percentage. So but now it's not looking good, so I need to add my height as well. See, okay, my height is now 400 pixel and my width is now 50%. You can make whatever the choice of yours. This is what height and width. Okay, now see again, if you want to add again another image, let's take the same image as well, because and in the alter tag I'll be adding cartoon image. Here, because of I have added image tag, so both the image has this property. Now height 400 pixel and width must be 50%. Correct? If you want different styling element for both the element, you have to add class or id, whatever of your choice. We have discussed that in the previous video. Correct? Let me remove this because okay. Now let's move towards our second property, which is, so here you can see in the div element I have added height of some pixel and width with some value. Background color is powered blue, right? This is what height and width is all about. After that, CSS border. This is one of the most important CSS property. CSS border property allow you to specify the style, width, and the color of an element's border. Okay, what are the borders property? In borders property, the border style property specify what kind of border to display. In border width property, specify the width of four borders. Border color property is used to set the color of the four border. Right? Okay. Again, let's move towards to our code. Let me add border to our image. Right? I hope you have the knowledge of border. What border is? So first property is border style. Let me add the style of the border. See, after writing border, you have so many options here. At border style, you have again so many options here. What kind of styling into border you want to give? Let me give to a solid now. My border style is solid. And okay, let it understand it one by one. Refresh. See, you can see the border now have added to our image. Correct? Again, what is the second property? After border style, you can add width and color as well. Now, if you want to change the color of your border, you can. You have so many options. And width, size of your border. If you want a thicker border size, you can. If you want a thinner, you can, right? Let me add to a 5 pixel so that it can be visible and we can see. After that, we have border color. Where is the color? We let me add to this brown color so we can see the difference. See, my border is now thicker. It's a 5 pixel border. Now it has a blue color, sorry, brown color and solid of style. Now what is style? Here, if you want to add dotted, see you have so many options, dashed or dotted. Let me first add dashed here. See what difference we can make. Style of border is now dashed. After, if you want to add dotted, I have not put comma here. Dotted type of border. So it means you have so many type of border style you can use according to you. Double, it will add double border to your image, or if you want to add border to your h1 tag, you can border border. uh, Let me add border color, which is black, and border style will be solid. Now you can see the difference. See, now you have a border to H1 and H2 tag. So it means if you want to style your tags by giving border, you can. Correct? And border has three basic important property, which is styling of your border, where you can style your border if you want solid border or dash border or double border or dotted border. And then width, you can decide the width of your border if you want a thicker border or a thinner border according to you, and also you can add the color of your border of your choice. Correct? After that, now what if I do not want to write border style, width and color every time? What is the choice you have? This CSS border sorting property. Up, border width, style and color. Okay, let me remove all of this. What you have to do, you have to simply write border. First, you have to write the width of your border. What? Pick 5 pixel. After writing width, and then you have to write your style. After giving a space, what style you give? Solid, and then the color of your border. Let me give you, let me do here a white color. I mean, white is it? No, it is not going to be visible because our background is white color. I'll be giving a black. Where is my yes? And refresh. Right? It depends on you. This is the shortened uh, form where you can use border, and if you want only color to your border, you can use border color property. If you want to use border style, you can. Correct? This is what the border is. Now let move towards a third property, which is CSS margin. Margin are used to create space around element outside of any defined border. Here, your attention must be the bolded text outside of any defined border. With CSS, you have full control over the margin. There are properties are setting the margin for each side of an element: margin top, margin right, bottom, and left. Okay, let's understand it. See, here you can see there are less space between my two elements. Here H1 and H2 have only this much of space between them, and my image has also a very small space. What if I want to add small, what if I want to add some space to all the element? Right? This is what margin is used. You can see here margin are used to create space around elements outside of any defined border. It means it will add space after your border. Okay, let's understand it first. Okay, I'll be adding margin to my H1 and H2 tag. So first, let's see the difference. Here I have four different sides. See, I have four different sides. At which side I want to add space? I have this top side, I have this left side, and then bottom, and then right. At which side you want spacing, you also need to mention it over here. Let me add margin top to, let's take an example of 20 pixel. It will add 20 pixel of space at top side. Let's see it at out. Okay, make it very large so that we can visible. See, 20 pixel H1. Here H1 has left the 20 pixel of, sorry, 50 pixel of side, and H2 also has left the 50 pixel of size, because we are giving h1 and h2 the same CSS property. If you do not want to do that, you can add one different class and then you can add. Okay, now what if I want to add margin bottom? Margin bottom, I'll be adding same 40 pixel of border. See, you can see the difference it over here. After bottom, I'll be giving margin top, bottom, left. I want to give a 30 pixel to left or a 60 pixel to left side. See, you can see my h1 and h2 tag has now left it 60 pixel space from left side. Correct? And if I want to add some space at right, let's take an example of 50 pixel and refresh it over here. You can see now my h1 and h2 tag has left it some space. This is what margin is. So what you need to remember it over here, then margin is going to left the space after the border area. Let me give margin to our image so that we can understand. And again, same as in the border, we are giving different border styling, right? But if we want to add all the side, right? What if I want to add some amount of space at all the side, top, left, top, right, bottom, and left? Then what you need to do? You need to add margin, and margin you need to give. Let's take an example of, I'll be giving 60 70 45 pixel. What does it mean? I'll be adding only margin and 45 pixel. Okay, till now we have mentioned at which side I want spacing, but here I've only mentioned margin. It means it will be giving all the four side to 45 pixel. If I have mentioned at top side, it will be only giving space to a top. I'll be mentioning left or right, it'll be giving left and right to a spacing. But if I'm not giving any specific side or specific uh, direction, it'll be adding all the side. Let's see. It will be adding 45 pixel to all the side. Now from left side, it will be 45 pixel, from top side, from right side, and from bottom side. It will be adding 45 pixel of space. Okay, this is what it means. After that, if I want to add only and only some same pixel to top and bottom and same pixel to left and right, what I need to do? Margin, add 40 pixel, space 60 pixel, and let's see the difference. Okay, let me make it very large so that we have visible difference. See, what it means margin, it going to add 100 pixel of space at top and bottom. At top it will be adding 100 pixel and at bottom it will be adding 100 pixel. Here we cannot see visible difference of bottom because we do not have any another element between, sorry, below the image. Okay, let add one P, lorem 30 and Alt Z, Control S. Here let me make some. See, here you can see. I hope this is visible to all of you. This is my lorem content, and from image, it will be spacing 100 pixel because I have added margin to my image, which is 100 pixel. So for the first value, it will be affecting to our top and bottom, and for the second value, it will be affecting to our right and left side. I hope this is clear to all of you. Again, I'll be repeating. If you want to give specific uh, size or specific space to your any defined direction or defined direction, then you have to mention it over here like this: your margin left or right or top or bottom. If you want same size of margin to all the side, then you need to only add margin, which I have written in previous one. Margin and there's your size. It will be giving all the size, all the side to same margin. And then if you want to add any specific spacing to top and bottom and right and left, then you need to write it like this. Okay, this is what padding, margin is. Now, one of the important property is padding. What is padding? Padding is used to create space around an element's content inside of any defined border. Here is the basic difference between padding and margin. What we have discovered in margin? We said that outside of any border, and in the padding inside of any defined border. Again, same, we like in the same margin properties, we have top, bottom, right and left. Same, we have padding in which we have same properties like top, right, bottom and left. Let's understand it first. Okay, we have this. Now what if I want some spacing between my this text and my background color, or from all of the border? What I need to do? I need to add padding. Let me add padding. Same, you can add padding top and padding top. Let me give padding top to 30 pixel. Let's see the output. See, here you can see the difference in margin from where my space is given outside of border. This is my border, and outside of my border my element is going to be spaced. But in the padding section, my content is having space from border. Okay, let me add padding left. Again, I'll be adding 20 pixels so that we can see the difference. See, here you can see, correct? Now it has some space which we have given, it's 20 pixel. If I want to add padding to bottom, same, I can add it 35 pixel. See, correct? And padding right. I think it is not going to change anything because we do not have much content. If we have a longer content, then we can have the effect of padding right. So this is what padding is. Now, as we have shortened padding margin and border, we have again shortened padding. If you want to give same size to all the of your corner, then we only need to add padding and then the size of your choice, 25 pixel. Now you can see the difference here. If you cannot see, let me add paragraph. I'll be adding styling to my paragraph. Let me give to a background color so that we have visible difference. see. And then font size, I'll be doing a bit bigger so that we can see. I'll be giving to a medium. And then, okay, let's first discover what is our output. If you can see, let me add another. See, now we can see. If I want to add some space to from all the sides, from top, from left, right, and bottom, what I need to do? I need to add padding. I'll be giving padding to 25 pixel. It will be capping from content and from my background. So here you can see, right? This is what padding and margin is all about. I think you need to practice it on it by yourself. And in the next previous video, we are going to discuss box model, which is one of the most important topic in CSS. So this is all from my side, student. Thank you so much.